goes. Is off long.
Alright, so welcome back to another installment of Football Chattings. And today's episode, we're going to talk about Bermuda versus Jamaica tomorrow, the 14th, at the National Stadium in Jamaica. And before we jump into this match, based on the recent performance against Curaçao, as I said before in my recent video, we basically look forward to the next match. We cannot dwell upon the past. That's in the past, it's behind us. And most people are saying that the coach is the main problem for the loss against Curaçao. Well, I totally agree. I think it's more of a 80-20. The coach is like 80% of the loss against Curaçao, and the squad probably 20%. You get me also? Because in a recent interview, Stephen McLaren said that Jamaica lost the match. He know that Jamaica was going to lose the match 20 minutes into the match. You understand? So you're telling me you as the coach, you start the lineup that you think was suitable to beat Curacao or was suitable to challenge Curacao for the win. But yet still in 20 minutes you're saying that you predicted that Jamaica was going to lose the match based off their performance. But yet still you wait 61 minutes, 73 minutes, and 80 minutes to make a substitution. That doesn't make sense. You understand? I think, as I said before in my recent video, I think that he underestimated Curacao. That's why he started that lineup. Because honestly, if we would jump back into the performance of the players, that doesn't make sense. You get me also? Because bro, Bobby Reed was definitely out of position and playing for the World Cup qualifiers, bro. If you don't have a steady defense or a steady midfield, we will constantly be under pressure. But as I said, we're not going to face on that. We're not going to prolong on that match. We're going to focus on the match against Bermuda. All right, so Bermuda have never beaten Jamaica in the last two times we have faced them. We have faced them at their home, and we have also faced them back in 2020 at our home in a friendly. So I honestly think, as I said, I don't think none of these matches are easy. They are competitive because anything can happen. Although Bermuda is at the bottom of the table, there is not a guarantee that we can win or we will win unless we perform or unless we show that we need this. Because as I said, in order to win these matches, we need to go in every match as if it was our last match. We have to play at a very competitive level. We cannot play at a level to say that, all right, we're on this amount of points, so we're going to perform this way, we're going to perform that way. You understand? That doesn't make sense. You have to go in every match like as if it was our last match. And based on our recent performance, I honestly think the lineup is going to be what we are adjust to. The 4-2-3-1. It has been working good for us so far. We have played a couple match, and that was the lineup like the Trinidad and Tobago match. And although we lost against Curaçao with that lineup, the players that start was out of position, and most of them were not performing up to standard. So I honestly think that with that formation, we probably can perform. But the thing about this is the first match that we played was against Bermuda, and that match ended 4-love. With Damian Lowe scoring in the 6 minutes, Sifa scoring in the 26 minutes, Palmer scoring in the 58 minute, and Shamar Nichols scoring in the 90 minute. You get me also? So I understand that we totally beat them in that match. We trashed them in that match. And as I said before, this is our second leg against Bermuda. And Bermuda now know our playing style. So I'm not sure if we're gonna go with the 4-4-1 formation that we did against Bermuda, but we definitely have to start off with a strong lineup, and based on what the coach is doing, I think this lineup can probably be the same. Damian Lowe to start if he's 100% fit, King to start as well, Dexter to start back on the right, on the left it's gonna be Gregory Lee or probably gonna be Bell, Amari Bell, you know. So I'm assuming it's gonna be Gregory because he has been performing good. He performed good in the first leg against Bermuda. For the midfield, Aiden is back. from suspension. So Aiden is going to be starting in the midfield. Cephas on the wing. Palmer attacking mid. Russell also the attacking mid if they decide to play the 4-1-4-1 formation, and Campbell on the right wing and Bailey in the center forward. So that is basically the ideal lineup we are looking for. But if Stephen McLaren is feeling like he want to make a couple changes, this is what he would possibly do. So Andre Blake in goal, or if they're willing to give back Jamal Wade another chance, despite Andre Blake conceiving 2 goals. I honestly think, as I said before, I think in my opinion, Andre Blake could have stopped those goals. And I honestly think it wasn't Andre Blake fault, because even if he did stop those goals, even if he did stop 1 goal, Jamaica probably would have still get 1-0 and still lost the match. So I honestly think it's not Andre Blake fault. But as I said before, Andre Blake in goal, Damian Lowe, Damian Lowe and Pinnock in the centre back, or Richard King. I honestly think that Richard King is going to be a part of the lineup, because as much as he haven't defended up to standard in his last match, he's playing more of an attacking role. I honestly don't know why. He's a centre back. He's not like he's a midfielder, but he has been playing an attacking role. So the three person that is most likely to start in the centre back is King, Pinnock, and Damian Lowe, without a doubt. Dexter is definitely going to start on the right back, and Gregory or Amari Bell is going to fight for the spot on the left back. So in the midfield now, as I said before, KZ Palmer is back. He's playing attacking mid. He's definitely going to be the one to start. Isaac Aiden and John Ross is going to definitely be the two center dead mids. For the attackers now, Cephas on the left. I'm hoping that Shamar Nicholson can get a start. And Bobby Reed on the right. So Bobby Reed, Dixon, and Dujan Richards is basically the top runners to start. But I'm highly doubting that he's not going to start the young players. So it's probably going to be Shamar Nicholson in the center forward, or Bailey. On the left, it's definitely going to be Cephas. On the right, it's going to be Bobby Reed. So that's the lineup that it's most likely to happen in the match against Bermuda. And as I said before, Bermuda is definitely on no points. Bermuda is currently 0 points after playing 3 matches. So I honestly think that Jamaica shouldn't underestimate Bermuda, although we have beat them already. And Jamaica is in a spot where if we lost another match, we definitely are not favorites to go through. Because if we don't win this group, we're going to go to playoff. And if we don't finish second, we're not going to go to playoff. And as you can see, Trinidad and Tobago is basically right behind of us. You get me, answer? So if Trinidad and Tobago can win all of their match and we lost one, we're definitely not going to go through. And I know most people are saying that Trinidad and Tobago is going to play Curaçao, and Curaçao beat Jamaica. But Trinidad and Tobago first match was against Curaçao at Trinidad and Tobago home, and that match ended 0-0. You understand? So anything is possible. As I said before, anything is possible, because Jamaica beat Trinidad and Tobago 2-0, and Trinidad and Tobago beat Curaçao, and Curaçao beat us 2-0. So I get me, I say it's football, the ball is round, anything is possible. And I think the players and the coach have a big part to play, because bro, if you don't start the right side, if you don't give the right tactics, the right strategy, there's no way we can win the match. Understand? If you're gonna put on a player to play outside of his position, there's no way we can win the match. You understand? And I think the coach should make the right decision in the lineup. And once he have made the right decisions in the lineup, at that point, that would depend whether or not we start off good, whether or not we win the match, or so forth. But my safest bet for this match is we should basically go with the same flow that we did in the first match against Bermuda, by playing a 4-1-4-1 formation, and basically start the same players. We have more young talents on bench. We can improve the lineup by basically starting Andre Blake overweight, starting Damian Lowe and King in the center, Dexter on the right, and Gregory on the left, putting Aiden back at the dead center mid, putting back Cephas on the left, putting back Palmer in the attacking mid, putting Dix or Bobby Reed in the next attacking mid, putting back Campbell on the right, and putting back Shamar Nicholson or Dujon Richard in the forward. Bro, come on. Honestly, don't understand why is the Jamaica side constantly. Alright, I didn't understand why Jamaica lost QSO. Bro, we have a good side. We have top players, bro. They might not be playing at the highest level, but we have mostly young players that have tremendous talent. You understand? I understand where the coach is coming from, because most coach do this. Once the players are playing at a high level, they tend to start those players first, or they tend to give those players more playing time, even if they're not performing. You get what I'm saying? But players like Dixon, players like Dujon Richards, players like Shamar Nicholson, players like Cephas, players like Bobby Reed, I honestly think those players should be the starting player. Those players should be the starting player, because they have proven to us that they are worthy of starting. You get me? I'm saying? Players like Casey Palmer, players like Russell, players like Aiden, those players should always be the starting player. Because, bro, think about it this way. If you're playing a match and you need, put it this way, because I honestly don't know what is the tactics or strategy that Stephen McLaren is basically going for. And as I said before, I strongly stand by this. I honestly think that the reason why he started that lineup is because he underestimated QSO. That was a perfect. That's the only reason I can get from this. The reason why he started that lineup for QSO, he underestimated QSO. But my thing is, how can you underestimate a side that has basically second in the league? That side is basically behind of us. How can you underestimate that side? As much as the Curacao side is as much as their form is not good as our form before the match, because Curacao draw Trinidad and Tobago, then they play Bermuda and beat them 3-2, and that was the only match they won, and they draw a match before they played us. Bro, there's no way you can underestimate, bro. This is Wo- World Cup qualifiers, bro. You're a coach. You're a professional coach. You have coached at the highest level. So out of everybody, I think you should have understand this more. There's no way that you didn't expect the unexpected, bro. This is football. Anything is possible. The ball is wrong. One wrong move, score. Two wrong move, score. You understand? And there's no guarantee that we're gonna come back from that. You get me? I say. But as I said before, we know what to expect now. We have basically buckled our toes, and we know what can happen and we know what cannot happen. But what I know is the coach have the opportunity to revive himself. Maybe basically have the opportunity to revive himself in this match. He have the opportunity to revive himself in this match. And as much as we are second on the table with 6 points, and the QSA is at 7, Trinidad and Tobago is at 4, this is the fight has gotten harder now. The fight has gotten harder now. Because if we won, we definitely were going to be at 9 points, and QSO was going to be on 4, and Trinidad and Tobago was going to be on 4. But basically this loss has basically opened up the game for Trinidad to literally get a chance to go in the playoff, or a chance to win the group. But it all depends on if we win 3 or 4 matches. So if we basically win 3 or 4 matches that's remaining, and any one of the side, if we leave it anyone, if QS have lost any match and we won all 3 or 4 match, we're basically gonna go through. If QSL have won all of their matches and we have won all of our matches, we're basically gonna go to the playoff, and we still can go through, because if we can beat the side that we're gonna play in the playoff, then we definitely can go through. But until then, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed, stay positive, and believe in the players, and also believe